I'll have you wash your hands with soap and water, okay?
Alright.
Okay, and then if pockets are empty, go ahead and wash your hands with soap and water.
Holy crap. Do you realize you haven't listened to anything I said?
I'm listening to you. I just have to make sure I can also focus on the job I'm doing to make sure your test goes correctly. So I just want to make sure I keep my brain focused also.
Yeah, you said things to me though. Like your social security number doesn't make a difference.
No, I didn't say it didn't make a difference. I was
If
just letting you
somebody
know that me
overheard it.
verifying this, that I just wanted to get you back and just trying to do my job is all.
Yeah.
But I did let you write it down, so then we don't have to worry about that. So.
Okay. All right. That's just I talk to people all the time, like conversationalists, and I'm just trying.
No, I understand. I'm just trying to make sure I keep myself calm and myself clear-headed for what I need to do my job properly. And sometimes I can get very frazzled if I get straight off too much. So I just want to make sure I do everything per protocol and in the steps we got to do. So.
Okay, sweet.
And then hands are all clean and good to go?
I think they're clean.
Perfect. Up to this line here is your minimum for urine. You'll go up to the line. Do not flush the toilet. Bring the cup back out when you're done, okay?
All right.
There's that for you.
Sounds good.
And you can have the door shut as well.
All right.
Okay, and then the cup can go right on this tray here.
Do not flush.
Correct, perfect. And then you can wash your hands again.
All right.
Thank you. And then you can take all of your items and put them back in your pocket. And then I'll be getting initials from you. I'll need you to initial right on top with either a pen or marker right there.
All right. Huh.
And then I'll meet you back up front at the desk. I'll be getting a signature from you. All right over here. So I'll get a signature. We have this e-pad. It's not going to light up while you're signing on it at all, but I'll see it on my end.
All right.
Perfect. And you are all done. Everything else is done electronically, so the company will get your results, okay?
All right. Do you have any printouts I can take with me?
Yeah, absolutely. I'll get you what's called a chain of custody. It'll show the time you were here and what tests you got done, all that good information.
Sweet. Holy crap.
All right, and there is your copy.
Oh, thank you.
No, you're welcome. Have a great rest of your day.
Wait. So while I was in there, somebody was using technology to stop me from arguing with that woman. But basically, she said, real quick, she said, if you have your social security number, your last 4 digits of your social security number make no difference. They make no difference if somebody overhears the last 4 digits of your social security number. But a lot of places you go, anywhere you go, if somebody overhear, they ask for the last 4 digits of your social security number to prove your identity, and that's all they ask for. If someone knows your name and knows your birth date, both of these things are public knowledge, and they also can answer the question, what are the last 4 digits of your social security number? They can get a lot of information from a lot of places. So that woman, the woman who works here, some white lady, she didn't use some incredible intelligence to tell me, like, very, very intelligent way of saying, because I don't know who you are, wait, that's what I just said is not true. Nobody can do anything with the last 4 digits of your social security number, or there's very little people can do with the last 4 digits of your social security number, and that's not true. And someone just used technology in my ears to tell me to correct yourself. So, then the woman who she works with allowed another person to not say the last 4 digits of his social security number before she allowed him to go into the back room. She asked him what his 4 digits were, and then he refused to answer. And then she said, well, what's your birthday? And then he told her. And then the guy went in the back room. So I tried to do the same thing, and the woman told me, you have to tell me your last 4 digits. But I think it's like socialism and gay community favoritism. If you were gay, like the dudes who showed up at the same time you did to come here, we would give you favoritism. We would show you favoritism. You wouldn't have to give your social security number to us, and we'll let you in the back because we understand how you want to keep that private. Holy shit. And then she, instead of allowing me to prove I was right or allowing me to give evidence, she decided to change directions or talk about something different, off topic. Well, nearly, really close, an excuse, a justification. So a justification for her attitude, well, her refusal to redirect, no, to accept correction, or her way to not be corrected was by saying, I'm only here to do my job, and I don't want to be distracted by talking to you about something about what I told you. So I'm only here to do my job. I don't know. I did tell you your social security number couldn't be used too often, but I don't want to talk to you about what I just told you. I'm only here to tell you things. I'm not here to listen to anything you have to say. And that was that woman right there. Holy shit. So she told me a bunch of crazy things, like your social security number can't be used by anybody. She also said, what? So she said 2 or 3 things that made absolutely no sense. And then she, that are lies. Somebody just yelled in my left ear. It's called gaslighting. It's called being gaslighted. But gaslighting is made up. You're just lying. It's not a term. Gaslighting is just a lie. She told lies, and they were obvious lies that nobody would ever believe, right? So the way you do it is by the way you're a professional. So you I guess the excitement or the unbelievableness of the lies she told is because she's in a position of professionalism. So I guess they added that gaslighting, the phrase gaslighting comes from a professional, like a professional, somebody you expect to be honest, telling you a flat out lie to your face, right? A flat out lie, or ignoring the obviousness of the truth you're speaking of. So I think that's what she just did. She just told a flat out lie. And I guess she just said nobody cares. No one's going to watch your videos. No one's going to know these videos exist because there's technology in your body and they're never going to let you tell anybody about the technology in your body. Or someone just said in my left ears, she will never get in trouble. So you trying to get other people in trouble will never work. That woman could tell 1,000 lies to your face and she will never get in trouble. Because they're protecting each other. They are guaranteeing that they will protect each other forever. Well, always. So you will never get somebody in trouble for anything they do ever. So you can make a video, you can tell anybody about your experiences here. And then somebody just said, stop coming here. Stop coming here if you don't like the way we treat you. If you don't want to have sex with us, stop coming here. If you don't want to flirt with us, stop coming here. If you don't want to have sex, flirt, talk, do, socialize. Well, in socialism, you end up having sex with the people you socialize, right? Your friends, the people you meet. If you're not willing to socialize with me the way I like, well, I'm always social. You say hi to people, you say bye to people. That's about it. But there are those who demand more. There are those who demand that you socialize more than the average person, right? So technically, you're only required to say hi to people, be really nice, and that's it. But if somebody wants to have sex with you or wants you to pretend like you're interested in them, and you don't, there are ways you can treat them poorly. You could tell them lies. You could look at them funny. Like, you could act like you're in a rush. You could act like you have complete power. You could act like you are in charge, or you could hurt them. You could do small harassing things that aren't social because they aren't being as social as you want them to be. I think they call it grooming. When you groom somebody to do something you don't like or they don't like. When someone is doing things you don't like, but they don't have to change who they are. It's unnecessary. You don't have to be socialized with people you don't want to socialize with. And the way you groom somebody to not socialize with you, to act the way you want them to act, is using harassment. Harass them until they are willing to do what you say, until they are willing to behave the way you want them to behave. So tell lies. Nobody likes lies being told to them, even if it's not going to get you in trouble. If somebody's telling you something that's not true, it's annoying. It's irritating. And then when you try to correct them, somebody not accepting that they were wrong is also annoying. So the girl inside told me things that weren't true, and I tried to tell her as well as I could with somebody using technology to stop me from putting 10 words into 3 words. I couldn't explain well enough, but I knew what she said was lies. And I also knew she was acting inappropriately. Like when you act like you can't get in trouble. Like you're somewhere where if this person, you act like if he doesn't stop talking to me or he doesn't stop trying to correct me, I'm going to kick him out. So that was what people were saying in my ears and how she was acting at the same time. Like, if you don't stop asking me questions or trying to bring up what I just told you 2 seconds ago again, I'm going to kick you out and say I couldn't do my job. But I think it's fair wherever you go, if you're in a business and somebody says something to you like your social security number being heard by the people around you doesn't make a difference, If somebody said that to you, you would counteract, you would disagree with them, and you would say, hey, that's not true. It does make a difference. And if that person isn't trying to hear what you have to say, it's almost as if they were lying to you and something else, and not listening to your requests, your something. What do you call that? When you lie to somebody and you don't listen to them when they try to try to prove you wrong, or when they say things that make you seem like a liar. When you know you were wrong and someone is proving that you were wrong to your face, you say things that don't have anything to do with what they're talking about, with the way that they're trying to correct you. So how does that work? It's like psychology. It's like, well, that's what she did. That's what that girl inside Badger Testing. It's a young girl, looks like she's in her early 20s, a little heavyweight. That's what she did. That's what she did. I swear, that's what she did. She lied 3 times after she was being very nice, but when I didn't reciprocate, like kind of informal. She was becoming informal, like she knew who I was, right? Like she was trying to get informal, and I didn't refute or like push her away verbally, but I refused to reciprocate. I kept it formal, and that when I did that, she switched her attitude towards and then they just told me she's gonna cover. They're gonna say she has a boyfriend. So if you tell people she was trying to flirt with you, we're gonna tell people you're lying. But whatever they tell you, that's whatever they decide to tell you is whatever the community gossip turns into. After I post this video, is to protect that girl from the behavior she gave while I was inside Badger Testing. She did what I said, and then they just told me they're gonna lie to protect her, because of something, so that I look like a liar, so that I look like a bad person in the community, like I am desperate for attention, or I am searching. Well, I'm just lying on people, but I'm not. When I came in here, she was acting nice, and then when it was obvious I wasn't going to return that, the informal attitude that she had back, and I kept it professional, she turned into a harasser or a bad person. Then I turned my camera on. I started recording the things that were happening there, and then because the attitude changed, the behavior changed, and people started having very incredibly intelligent responses, like scripted, almost scripted intelligence. Like somebody was reading off a teleprompter, or like using words cohesive. With like government wording, like not government wording, but like the wording you use, the way you speak if you were talking like a computer, or like you had spent 10 days writing the most professional responses to somebody's statement. I don't know. It was. So I pulled the camera out. These people were talking like they were super smart, and then, but not addressing anything I said, not readdressing. So you give a statement, and the people don't readdress what you said or acknowledge that you said anything at all, and continue to say the same things. It's as if they're not listening. So they told you something that wasn't true, and then they refused to listen to you when you proved what you said what they said was a lie. So it's like, I'm going to say what I want to tell you. I want to say lies to you. I don't want to agree that you're right. I don't want to admit that you're right or be corrected by you. I refuse to be corrected by you. And that's what that girl inside there just did. She refused to be corrected by me. And the woman that was, there was an old lady right there. You can't really see her. You can't really see her, but there's an old lady in there who told me after I asked her about a seat. I was sitting in a chair, and then she told some guy to approach the desk, and the guy would have been standing right in front of my face with his butt in my face. So I got up and walked away, and then she told me I had to sit down. And I said, well, I want to sit in that seat. I was going to wait until the guy left so I could return to the seat I was sitting in without sitting there with the man's butt in my face. And she told me, well, the seat, no, I didn't say all that. I just said, all I said was this, is that seat taken? She said, it looks like it, but she's ignoring history. The history was I was sitting there, and I'm thinking about, obviously, and not thinking. She's ignoring history and not thinking at the same time. So obviously I was asking politely to return to the seat after the guy who was standing there, or sitting there, then he took my seat. After the guy who was sitting there finished answering her questions, I wanted to take the seat again because it was the best seat that I could find where nobody's butt was pointed and could be pointed in my direction. So that's the seat I wanted. And the woman was smart. She's like playing a game of make him stare at somebody's butt by asking a guy to come forward and stand in front of her desk where his butt would be right in front of my face. So that woman is gay, and I'm just telling. She knows she's guilty. Now they're sitting there, I'm thinking, for the last 20 minutes, they were sitting there thinking, how can we get this dude in trouble? The guy outside making a video. How can we turn whatever he's saying, whatever he did inside Badger testing against him? Or how can we refuse service to him? What lie can we tell to refuse service to him? And they just told me in my ears, they want you to go back inside so they and ask them questions or say whatever you got to, or try to correct them or tell them about, they just said this in my ear. How do you do better, behave better as an employee? Go back inside and try to correct those girls about their behavior, or say the things you're telling us in the video to them. They just said in my ears, go back inside this Badger testing and try to tell them everything you're saying in this video, and they're going to find a way to kick you out. They're going to find a way to say, we refuse service to you. We never want you to come back here. And that's their intentions. Now they just said if you go back in there, they're going to be so nice to you because you just told everybody what the people inside planned to do to you. So now they gotta act nicely to you. But if you never said anything at all, they would have treated you poorly when you went back inside. And they plan on doing the same things when you come back, acting hostile. And they just told me in my ears, like the testing centers, the drug places are the number one ways to get somebody fired before they go back to work. So the gay community, if you're not gay, they target the places everybody has to go to get back to work. So if you're not gay, you go to a place where you have to go back to work. The gay community sets up scenarios so that you are harassed or irritated or upset while you're inside. So they'll say an insulting thing. They'll show differential, they'll treat people differently than you in front of your eyes. So you're thinking about like, wait, I'm not being treated the same. And then they'll, what will they do? They'll say smart things that are out of place. They'll bend over, point their butts at you. There's a handicapped dude inside as well. He looks handicapped. with a very large bulge between his legs, like a very large package. He sat down in a chair. He thrusted he went like this. He thrusted himself forward and then stared at my face and then looked at me, that look you give when people are gay, like, or I don't know how to do it. That look you get when you think somebody's gay or you know somebody's gay. So that's what that dude did. So a handicapped dude with a large penis sat down in the chair and then he thrusted his legs for his package forward like this, and then he put he stared at my face. But you drew attention to your crotch, and then you accuse somebody of being gay because they seen that you thrusted your hips forward, and then they seen that there's you have a large package, and then you accuse them of being gay. But the first two things are natural occurrences. Nobody knows why the hell you're thrusting your hips forward, and then they see that you have a large package, and then you accuse them of being gay. So you just told lies. Somebody just said that's called gaslighting, but it's called lying. You are lying on top of lies, or you're telling lies on top of lies, and then you're accusing somebody else of being gay. So that's another lie. You just did some stupid psychological things to try to convince somebody they were gay. So that's what happened when I went in there. I'm not lying to you. I'm telling you the truth. These people did a bunch of things to try to irritate someone, to get them arrested or denied employment from their employers. And they think they're smart, but they forgot one simple American thing that people do. We tell the public. Well, normally that's not who we tell. We tell our friends, or if you have family, you tell your family. But since I don't have any of those, I have to tell the public that these people are incredibly immature. Did some things they weren't supposed to do. And I guess there's nothing going to come up. Nothing's going to come up. Nothing's going to happen because of what I'm saying. Nothing at all. But at least people know that the places that are targeted by people in the gay community to prevent people who aren't gay from getting jobs, or for creating extracurricular, making an obstacle, to prevent someone from being employed, are the places people have to go to get a job. So like when I went to the DWD, it seemed like a bunch of opportunities were there for altercations. People were looking at me aggressively, so and then turning back, like looking normal. Like you just seen somebody do that to you, and what are you going to do about it, right? Or the attitudes. Everybody heard about the attitudes at the DWDs or these government places where people act poorly, do poor things to you. It is somebody doesn't want you to get a job. Somebody wants you to go to jail. Somebody wants you to get in trouble. There's somebody in the community talking to people with implants, or at that very moment to cause an altercation with you, to get you in trouble. So if you're not having a pleasant experience, it's because somebody is trying to get you in trouble. And they're using they're playing games, psychological, intelligent games with you to get you in trouble. So what you have to do is tell on those people. And that's all you can do, is just tell.